Okay, so we'll start with the last topic of this fourth unit, kinematics of rigid body. Last topic is left is general plane motion, right? Okay, let us first undergo what do you mean by general plane motion. So general plane motion means if any body possesses translatory as well as rotational motion simultaneously, right? The best example is motion of a wheel. Whenever a wheel will rotate, it will rotate the general plane motion, right? The wheel of the car which is moving in like a general plane motion, and whenever there is a skid, right, at that time it is not a general plane motion, it is a skid, it is a linear motion. So whenever we have to solve any numericals which is based upon general plane motion, the strategy to solve that numerical will be we have to solve the numerical into two ways. We have to divide that numerical into translatory motion as well as then after that translatory, after that we have to apply the rotational method. Rotation. See, we can just understand how the plane motion or general plane motion sometimes also called as plane motion, right? So how the general plane motion can be divided into two parts. One is the translatory, another one is the rotary. Now from this, it is one circle, and in this circle this is one position of it and this is another position of it, and actually it has moved from this to this size while rolling. It just rolled like this and it has gone from this OA to O1 A1. No issues. Now what we can do is we can repeat this circle from this shape to this shape can also be bought by this method. If this circle in this shape only, we skid this circle from this to this stage, just only skidding, only skidding. मतलब उसको ऐसे खिसका के लेके आएंगे धीरे धीरे, कहाँ से, इस पॉइंट से इस पॉइंट तक ऐसे सीधे सीधे उसको पकड़ के लेके आ जाएंगे बस, ठीक है, कोई घुमाना नहीं है, नो रोलिंग, नो रिवॉल्यूशन, राइट, ओनली skidding from this to this. Then it is called as translatory motion or linear motion. Then when it comes to this position, then what we'll do is we'll rotate this, and that's what the rotation is. We'll rotate it to whatever the angle is desired. So that's how we can come to this position. So this is the way to solve the numericals based upon general plane motion. We divide that solution into two ways. One is translatory motion, then after that it will go to rotary motion. Okay. Now it is very interesting. The next example is the motion of a ladder. If we understand that motion of a ladder seems to be the example of a general plane motion, but actually we never imagine it. Rather, I am saying we cannot think about it, right? Motion on a ladder, the ladder is skidding, then it is an example of a general plane motion. Let us understand how it is. See, this is the ladder in this way and it is skidding like this. So this end will stick to the ground, this end will go farther, and let us first understand how it is the example of a general plane motion. See, we can always split this into two ways. Translatory motion, that means if ladder in this shape only, if it can be translated to this shape, to this side, then after that means in second stage it will revolve this or rotate this from this A1 to A1. The arrow is also showing this from A1 to A dash and O dash. So that's how this, the skidding of ladder is also called as translatory motion, right? Sorry, general plane motion, and that general plane motion can be divided into two parts. One is the translatory motion and another one is the rotary motion. Okay, just the analysis of general plane motion. So I already told you earlier, it is convenient to split the for the analysis of general plane motion, it is convenient to split the motion into translatory and pure rotation cases. That is, the analysis of these two cases is carried out separately and then combined to get the final motion. And kinematic analysis of general plane motion is illustrated in the following 4 problems in this article. Okay, so the first is derive the relationship between the linear motion of geometric center and angular motion of a wheel rolling without slipping. Okay, so you have to find out the relationship between the linear motion of geometric center. Linear motion of geometric center means if it is a circle and that circle is moving, and while moving the linear motion, its center will rotate in linear way, right? So you have to find out the relationship between that linear motion of geometric center and angular motion of wheel. While wheel will move, it will rotate, and angular motion, it has certain angular velocities, angular acceleration. So you have to find out the relationship between linear motion of geometric center and angular motion of wheel. It is very easy, and we can just draw it. One very simple figure. That's how it is. So it is a wheel and it is rolling, right? It is rolling, and while rolling further, it has come to this shape, and in this time AB has come to this side, right? And we can easily see that B to C is this SA. This SA is this distance, right? Is it okay? This B to C is this distance only. This B to C is this distance, right? Okay, so we can always see that this SA, that is this B to C, is equal to R into theta, and SA is what? SA is the linear motion of this geometric center A. So SA is equal to R into theta, and if SA is equal to R into theta, so VA, that is the linear motion of geometric center A, VA is equal to R into omega, and same way linear motion of point A or geometric center A, AA is equal to R into alpha. Is it okay? So these are the 3 different values, and this is what he was asking, that when the wheel rotates without slipping, the relationship between motion of its geometric center and its angular motion are these, right? Okay, thank you.